Welcome back to Better Inside's Classic Literature Bookshelf, the channel that shares comprehensive self-development knowledge through great books. Today's video is a sharing session based on the classic novel The Alchemist, titled Where True Motivation Comes From. I invite you to join us and listen in. At the age of 20, many of us find ourselves wondering, what are my dreams, and what do I truly want to achieve? By the time we reach 25, we question whether we've genuinely worked towards realizing our dreams. We ponder if the path we're on aligns with our hearts and desires. And when we hit 30, we may bow our heads and ask, if my long-held dreams remain unfulfilled, should I start now? If you're still wavering in life, uncertain about your heart's desires, then with approximately 3 hours of reading this 200-page book, The Alchemist, you may find your own answers. The Alchemist has been in print for over 30 years, translated into 81 languages, and sold in over 170 countries. In Brazil, its popularity rivals that of gods and soccer. The reason for such profound influence is that when you read this book, you can see a reflection of yourself somewhere within its story. The Alchemist tells the tale of a young shepherd named Santiago. To fulfill his dream, he doesn't hesitate to sell his entire flock, his sole inheritance, and embarks on a journey in search of a treasure in the desert. It's a fable and a remarkably simple story, yet it has touched the hearts of millions of readers. It's also the spiritual journey of the author himself. At 17, Paulo Coelho, the author, was a rebel and was sent to a mental institution by his parents. As he grew older, he was imprisoned for resisting a dictatorship. At the age of 38, seemingly unable to accomplish much, he embarked on a 600-kilometer pilgrimage to Santiago, Spain, alone. This journey lasted over 3 months and gradually calmed his restless heart. Afterward, he infused the insights and experiences from this pilgrimage into the story of the young shepherd, Santiago, and his quest for treasure. After the publication of The Alchemist, it illuminated the hearts of countless individuals who were lost or wavering in their life paths. Paulo Coelho became the only Latin American writer comparable to Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the author of the timeless novel 100 Years of Solitude. The Alchemist teaches us that a life without purpose is merely a chaotic maze. Those who step into it and through their entire lives are just a series of worries, searching for an exit. If you're too concerned about the outcome, you'll constantly miss out on your dreams. Santiago was born into an ordinary family in Spain. His parents lived off a small piece of land. From the moment he was born, they pinned all their hopes on him. They sent him to a seminary, hoping he would become a priest and bring pride to the family. Becoming a priest would offer a stable life. But it wasn't Santiago's desire. One day he gathered the courage to tell his father that he didn't want to become a priest. His dream was to travel, to explore the world. Despite his father's strong opposition, he had already made up his mind. In the end, his father had to compromise and agreed to let his son follow his dreams. He gave Santiago 3 gold coins and said, "Buy your sheeps and live the life you want." These 3 gold coins weren't just a compromise from his father. They symbolized his father's approval, resonating from the depths of his heart. Because Santiago's father had his own unfulfilled desire for travel from his youth, from place to place. And so, Santiago's journey begins. In this book, every character has their own dreams. If Santiago's father also wanted to travel the world, even the popcorn vendor by the roadside, from a young age, dreamed of going to Africa. Or the crystal shop owner has a dream of making a pilgrimage to Mecca. Even the thieves near the pyramids had dreams of hunting for treasure, just like Santiago. However, for many reasons, under the pressure of reality, they eventually had to abandon their dreams and could only leave behind regrets day by day. But no matter what the reason, it always comes down to the calculation between gain and loss. And this comparison has blurred your original aspirations and desires. Without courage and unwavering determination for what we truly desire, we will never break free from the immediate safety zone. Santiago's character broke the last chains of that safe reality, leaving his homeland behind to become a shepherd and choose to live the life he wanted. In 2 years, he learned many shepherding skills. He saw many beautiful landscapes and met many people. He thought that his life would be peaceful with his current life. But once again, like a signal from the universe, through a dream. For 2 consecutive days, he dreamt of a vision, a boy leading him to Egypt and telling him that there was a treasure nearby. What did this dream ultimately mean? He encountered an old man known as the King of Salem, who told him that this dream was his destiny. The treasure is truly enticing, but the present life is more practical. Santiago hesitated so much. If he pursues the treasure now, he will have to give up what he has at the moment, just like so many others. He also almost lost himself once. If you're too concerned about gain and loss, you may lose what truly makes your destiny. As the King of Salem told the young shepherd, what is called destiny is what we truly want to do. This statement immediately ignited passion in Santiago. Isn't his lifelong dream to see the vast world beyond? Santiago followed the call of his inner self, once again choosing to embark on the journey of his own dream. You need to understand that the most magnificent deception in life is when you give up, bow to reality and say, "It's too late. This is my destiny. I must accept reality." But, in reality, destiny is not what you regret. Destiny should be what you truly want to do. People often wonder whether they will regret what they dreamed of doing or what they did. A study has shown that for what we have done and failed at, we tend to think or regret for a very short period, and over time, we gradually rationalize it and no longer feel regret. But for the things we truly desire and have not been able to achieve, we contemplate them every day, carry regrets throughout our lives, and find it challenging to forget for the rest of our lives. This is because we cannot rationalize it and cannot convince ourselves. A writer once said that because we don't take the first step, dreams will always remain distant. Dreams cannot withstand waiting, and they fear discouragement. Just like steel glowing red in the fire, it can only be molded into the desired shape when tempered at a high temperature. Once it cools down, it becomes harder to shape. So, when your long-dormant dream is awakening, take action immediately. Take the first step in pursuing your dream while that passion still burns, even if in the end, you may not reach it. Through daily efforts, you will always see yourself improving. What knocks you down will only make you stronger. On the journey to pursue our dreams, not everything will go smoothly. Santiago, the protagonist of this story, experienced this firsthand during his early days in Africa. He faced 2 significant setbacks right away. The first was the language barrier, which proved to be a formidable obstacle. The second was encountering a Spanish-speaking individual who initially seemed like a genuine friend, but turned out to be a scam artist, leaving Santiago penniless. Just a short while ago, the future looked bright, but now he found himself with nothing, feeling lost in a foreign land. At that moment, Santiago recalled the words of the King of Salem, "When you want something, All the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it." These words filled him with renewed confidence and determination. The following day, Santiago packed his belongings and ventured into the streets in search of opportunities. Life sometimes delivers both harsh blows and glimpses of hope. All you need is a trusting eye, the ability to identify problems to solve, and a willingness to help others. Santiago stumbled upon a crystal shop in town, but business there was slow. Through keen observation, he proposed to the shop owner that cleaning the crystal would attract more customers. He offered to polish all the crystals in the store in exchange for the meal. When the shop owner hesitated, Santiago took the initiative to start cleaning the crystals himself. To his surprise, his actions attracted 2 customers, and he was hired. However, Santiago's dream of reaching Egypt required more than just working in the crystal shop for a few days. The journey to fulfill his dream involved traversing thousands of kilometers of desert, far more than he could afford with his current earnings. In the pursuit of dreams, there are moments when we may feel most desperate, especially when we've been working diligently for a long time, but still find our dream to be distant. Santiago faced this frustration, but he chose to remain in the crystal shop, temporarily setting aside his dream and focusing on earning money. Occasionally, he had brilliant ideas to improve the shop's business. 1 year later, Santiago had doubled his initial earnings. Moreover, he not only gained business acumen but also learned to speak Arabic. For someone pursuing their true passion, obstacles and challenges no longer appear as injustices or hardships, but as stepping stones for personal growth. Letting go is the key to reaching the shores of your dreams. At this point, Santiago faced a choice. He could continue living a comfortable life of business success, or he could follow his dream. The crystal shop owner, desperate for him to stay, tried to persuade him. However, Santiago's ears echoed with the words of the King of Salem. "You have to understand that a person's only real obligation is to realize their own destiny." He chose to leave behind his wealth and continue pursuing his dream. Santiago never forgot that his ultimate goal was to find treasure in Egypt. He pressed on with his journey, crossing thousands of kilometers of desert until he reached a small oasis. Here, he encountered a beautiful girl named Fatima. The moment he looked into her eyes, Santiago's heart filled with love. After some time, he fell deeply in love with her and contemplated giving up his dream to stay on the island with her forever. However, the dreams of the alchemist stirred Santiago's soul, reminding him that abandoning his dream would lead to a lifetime of regret for both him and the one he loved. After this realization, Santiago, a person deeply in love, a person on the brink of losing himself, awakened to the fact that forsaking his dream would result in a lifetime of regret, not only for him but also for his beloved. He resolved to continue pursuing his dream. True motivation always comes from the inner fire. Santiago faced countless challenges in his quest to find the treasure in Egypt. While crossing the desert, he was captured by military soldiers, and all his money was taken from him. He was forced into a seemingly impossible situation, needing to transform into the wind within 3 days, or he would be killed by the soldiers. In the face of this seemingly insurmountable challenge, Santiago maintained his spirit. He used all the love, the heart within him, to communicate with the sun and the wind, to sense the soul of the world, to connect with all things, and to comprehend the language of the universe. With encouragement and inspiration from the alchemist, he challenged the impossible and ultimately transformed into the wind. However, upon reaching the pyramids, he found no treasure. Instead, he encountered thieves who took all his gold and left him beaten and bruised. But from the words of the thieves, he learned the exact location of the treasure, which happened to be in his homeland. When you truly have a dream that resides deep within your heart and remains ever present, no matter how difficult life becomes, no matter how much you struggle, you will never be defeated. As Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." And the author reveals that the ability to materialize your dream is what makes life truly fascinating. Each of us possesses unlimited potential in life, and the journey to pursue our dreams contains an abundance of joy. While the dream may not always materialize, the pursuit itself leads to happiness, genuine happiness, and a better version of oneself. Similar to Santiago in this book, who crossed the sea, traversed the desert, journeyed from one place to another, circled back to his starting point, and found the treasure, it may seem like a waste of time. However, in reality, everything he saw, heard, and experienced along the way enriched his entire life. Even when Santiago didn't find the treasure, the life he lived was incredibly fulfilling. All the ups and downs were experiences that shaped his personal growth. Life isn't about the days we've lived. It's about the days worth remembering. Dear friends, always remember that when you have a dream, you must pursue it. Never abandon the dream in your heart, no matter how challenging the reality may be. Keep your dream warm within your heart, and know that no one can prevent you from living the life you desire except yourself. You must believe that all motivation comes from the fire within your inner self. You must have faith that there's no tomorrow you can't reach. For the rest of our lives, let's all face our true desires in our hearts, bravely move toward our dreams, take responsibility for our lives, and make them shine. Thank you for listening to Better Inside, the channel that shares comprehensive knowledge through great books. If you found today's video helpful, please share it with those who need it. Support me with a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to watch my latest videos every week. If you have any emotions or thoughts, please share them in the comments below. Thank you, goodbye, and see you in the next videos.